Friends, welcome to episode 114 of the Dive Bar Church. I am your resident internet minister, Reverend Geoff Walliner, along with the great
Haleigh Oberseth. Hello, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us today at the Dive Bar Church. We can't wait for our congregation to enjoy today's fun.
I disagree. I can wait.
I am a Sagittarius. I am so impatient. I'm so impatient. I can't be bothered to do things like make hair appointments for myself. I just got, took a scissors to my hair this morning on my own and just was like, there we go. It's right now is when it needs to be done.
I think it looks great for a DIY job. Friends in the comments, you chime in. I'm a co-host. I've got to kiss a little bit of ass, but you can be honest. So,
well, yeah, because you don't want me to reach through this screen when I get upset. We know what happens. We've seen it.
We've seen it. We've experienced this. No need for that tonight on a Monday.
Not on a Monday.
Dive Bar Church.
Not on a Monday at Dive Bar Church, but who is at the Dive Bar Church on a Monday?
I don't know. But by the way, how fun is it that we've been doing this show now since February of 2021 and it's still going?
And it's still going. I mean, why wouldn't it still be going? Because we're awesome and amazing sauce and our fans love us. And I mean, our fans are super fun and chill to hang out with. Why would we stop?
That's what I'm saying. We got Oldie to sponsor us, which is great. We had Liquid Death on our other show. We have Oldie on this one.
You know who I'm calling in is some Red Bull, because you got to get a little bit of Red Bull to get ready for your Dive Bar Church scenarios.
And a little Poppy is old-fashioned. Poppy is the great, great local treasure of Manassas, Virginia. If you happen to be in Manassas, pop by Malarkey Distillery. Poppy's got you covered. Salute.
I love it. Poppy from Manassas Distillery. I don't know why that makes me think of this, but when I say the molasses flood, do you know what I'm talking about?
So is this okay? I think I know. Can I take a gander here?
Yeah.
Take a little stab?
Yes, please do. And we'll, if we need to look up pictures, we certainly can.
Wouldn't be the first time I've taken a stab, but I did my time and I'm a citizen again, so it's all good. So, okay, what I would say is that what am I saying now? I don't even know. I lost.
Where do we go? We're in the dive bar. We're Poppy's molasses flood. Everybody loves to follow our train of consciousness.
Yes, the molasses flood was when. Okay, it happened during Noah's flood. I know that part.
It happened during Noah's flood?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that is an accurate thing to say.
There were only two floods that ever happened in human history.
There are only two floods that ever happened in human history. Okay.
Right. There was Noah's flood. And then there was the flood in Minnesota that collapsed the dam last month that you thought was hilarious.
I did think that was hilarious. And I almost kind of thought that maybe I had something to do with it, because sometimes I get a little bit excited when I'm hanging out with Big Sue, and I may or may not have encouraged her to go ahead and flood.
I feel like she kind of did that. So there it is. Those are the two floods. It had to be one of them. I'm going to go with the OG flood, Noah's Ark flood. That's when it happened, right? And there were molasses. He's supposed to bring two of everything, so he brought two different types of molasses. And boom.
No, once upon a time, the Great Molasses Flood of 1919, Boston, it was in Boston. There was I don't even really remember.
We're showing this. We're putting it. Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah. Oh, here we go. Right. A molasses tank explodes. So, like, a tank holding molasses just exploded and flooded this whole town. Yes, this is the Great Molasses Flood.
That's great.
And just flooded this whole town in molasses. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. Sorry. Nothing to do with anything. Dive Bar Church, welcome y'all. Sometimes at Dive Bar Church, we talk about the molasses flood.
Well, you know what we're going to talk about today in the Dive Bar Church?
Do tell.
We're going to talk about finding God in the dive bar locals. How do y'all feel about that? We're going to be talking about finding God in the dive bar locals today.
Well, because, you can find God in everything, including a molasses flood. Why not your dive bar locals? Drulamus? I think so. Yes, very much.
Okay. We had to get the gratuitous drulamus in there before we get going with anything else.
I love a gratuitous drulamus. That's my favorite kind of drulamus, is the gratuitous drulamus.
We know how we do it.
We know how we do. What's up, friends? Can we get an amen? Hello.
Friends in the comments, we need your help on this one. So we have our dive bar archetypes we're going to be featuring here. We're going to be talking about how do you find God in the divine spark of the eyes in each one of them. But if you have your archetypes of your own dive bars, we would absolutely love to discuss those as well. So pop them in the comments.
Oh yeah, do tell me, like, if your local, who are your local dive bar church hangout folks? We want to know.
And don't
all
forget
about
to
them.
smash that like and subscribe button and hit up our Patreon.
Yes, do all those things and send us some
What are
fan
we doing?
art.
What's happening? I'm just gonna throw a marker because of that. Okay.
Right? Okay,
So, all right.
ground that energy, right? Everybody, that's okay. It's what we do. Sometimes
President Ernest.
and you'll be fine. Everything is good. Sometimes you do need to throw something, though. I am not against throwing things when you have a little bit of like that nervous system overwhelm that happens now and then. Like, folks, we have no problems with that. We support your need to throw things across the room.
We do, wholeheartedly, might I add.
We do.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with our first dive bar archetype. You ready?
I'm so ready. What do we have?
All right.
Guy who wants to literally fight everyone.
Everyone.
You know what?
What's going on?
The guy who wants to fight everyone is definitely God, because I mean, who among us doesn't fight ourselves internally all day, every day, right? We've got such conditioning to do that. The God in the dive bar dude trying to fight everybody is just externalizing what he knows. We're all he is the Fight Club like energy in the bar, who's like, come on guys, let's just get it out in the open, just let it all go, and you know what, we'll be friends tomorrow over it. Well, hey, sometimes you just get into a scrap.
Sometimes you just get into a scrap. And if what is the universe if not God just sometimes getting into a scrap?
Just, sometimes you're just fucking around to find out, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
like
that's it. It's like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a supernova, and then boom, that's going to take out a whole system here, and it's going to take out a whole system there. I'm going to create Russians, I'm going to create Ukrainians, and I'm going to make sure that's a thing. And then I'm just going to just keep repeating this in all these different patterns and all these different
levels and all these, we can have you can go all the way down to the quantum field and hang out with all the particles that are like zip, zap, zapping around, crashing into each other, making stuff and creating things. I mean, it's all just different levels of the fractal, y'all.
That's it. Because the guy who literally wants to fight everyone, he's creating and he's birthing new friendships.
I mean, listen, how many of us have not, broken someone's nose and then instantly become best friends over it, right? Like, hi. Do I get to hear a story here? Is there a story we get to be told? Story time, dive bar church story time.
Not according to my plea deal, so we're moving along here.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yep.
Very good. Understood. Today's sponsor, Red Bull.
I think so. And speaking of, so we have another one of my absolute favorites.
Woman who's been there since 1971 and has been smoking since 1970. Which was the year she was born. So she has just been sitting on the bar since 1 year, a child, itty bitty toddler baby.
Heineken, stool, by the way.
Same stool, Heineken in one hand and a pack of smokes just at the ready, right? Like, and she is my favorite because I love that smoker's voice that she has. We know that I do.
It's nice and raspy, and it's been there for a long time, and it sounds like half of a voice box and half of a flu had a baby. And they're both living here together, and they're just doing their thing. And
it's a beautimous thing. I so very enjoy.
And God help you if you're a guy who walks in there under the age of 25. You are man meat. You are man meat the minute you walk in there. She's got her eyes trained on you.
As well you should be, and you should thank her for that. I mean, the God in that woman who is just doing her best to make you feel good and help you out. I mean, she's been there, again, since 1971, making you just of age boys feel good about yourselves, because that's her mission.
That is her mission, and she represents the timelessness of all that is.
This is true. I do enjoy that about her, and I love it when she gets up and sings some karaoke. Let me tell you what, she can really rock it.
When she's rocking Sinatra like this, there's no more beautiful sound on planet Earth.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I do like it when she gets into some Def Leppard too, though, because when she starts, when she really starts rock and rolling, that's when I get pretty excited.
She gets in the late 80s hair metal, like, when she starts singing Animal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out. I'm done. I'm finished.
But the evening is over. We cannot. You can't get any higher than that peak. You just can't.
I'm there with the lighter.
And that is an effortless God right there.
I'm throwing my panties up on that stage.
Right?
Because I'm just
Because
such
why
a
would
fan,
you not?
such a groupie. I can't.
The night is over. The night is over.
We're just done here.
We're just done.
So she's like a timeless, effortless God. Is she not?
A timeless, effortless God. I do like a timeless, effortless God.
And she has a slightly younger counterpart.
Does
slightly.
she?
Yes.
Divorcee rocking the leopard print. You know what? Give me some purple leopard print. Go right ahead. Like, really get wild with it. If you're going to lean in to an animal print of any kind, do me a favor and don't go with the natural colors. If we're going to be loud, if we're going to rock the leopard print, just go ahead and make it flash purple. Make it one of those shirts that's kind of like, almost looks like tinfoil shiny. Do you remember those shirts? Do you remember when those were cool?
The only tinfoil I do is I wear it on my head when I start talking about the Federal Reserve. That's it.
Oh, okay.
There's no other tinfoil that happens in my universe.
Does Dive Bar Church get to have conspiracy theory conversations about how Fort Knox is totally empty?
Well, that's coming up.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
He's there. He's always there.
I'm so excited.
Because he's
that's some of my favorite.
He's omnipresent. Of course he's always
He's
there.
omnipresent. And like, if you're what is the point of being a god if you can't come up with ridiculous conspiracy theories for Funsy Sauce? I mean, honestly, if I don't get to sit here and just say the most wildly speculative things about real life, quote unquote, do we all see my bunny rabbit ears? Can we hear the bunny rabbit ears? People, quote unquote, real life. Anyway. Back to you in Dive Bar Church. We've got leopard print.
Dive Bar Church. There's no.
We're always in Dive Bar Church.
Always in Dive Bar Church. Always.
Thoughts on the leopard print being bright rainbow colors and shiny?
You know, I like it because this is like the new look. This is I'm out and about. This is I'm trying to start my life over again. I'm hitting the reset button. And what does that God do but hit the reset button on a dimensional filter of reality? Like, this is how we're doing it, but we're going to hit the reset button and we're going to birth a whole new dimension. We're going to birth a whole new perspective. We're going to birth a whole new way of looking at it.
This is why the shiny shirt works, right? Because it's got a very holographic sort of rainbow quality, right? Very sort of shifting light, right? So it works. It fits. It's on brand, the shifting, right? Rebrand. It's a rebrand. It's a pivot. That's what it is.
I thought we agreed, according to the bylaws, to never use the word pivot after 2020. Or was that just me? I think that was just me.
Oh, did I just break a bylaw? Shit.
You gave a non-2020 pivot. It's coming in hot.
All right. I think that what am I supposed? I don't have a shot of something that I can take as my punishment, but we'll go with it. You know what? Red Bull at 7 p.m. is not a good idea on a Monday, so we'll just continue to punish myself with that.
I'll say this. For Internet Minister So Love the World, he took a shot on behalf of your sins.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think we should have now that's kind of a fun game, actually. Like, that would be a super fun game in the comments that we need to just start up. That every time, you can pardon people and forgive their sins and you take another drink on behalf of them, and that's how you also make all their dreams come true, right? Like, cheers to you.
I'm doing it. So first and foremost, to people of YouTube, who are with us today, we know you're sinners. Oh, we know you're sinners.
Sinners in the hands of effortless gods.
We've seen you in the comments, you monsters. We know
you monsters, you beautiful, magical, wonderful beings. Please be as inappropriate as you like in the comments. Dive Bar Church welcomes you.
You are truly monsters, and I salute you for it.
Cheers. Many cheers to the monster friends. What was this word?
So this is an Eastern European toast, and it sounds a little bit different in each country. And you hear it in Russia, and you hear it in Poland, you hear it in Ukraine, you hear it in Belarus. Some say Nastrovia, some say Strovia. It's like a little variation on each one of them, but it's the same basic thing, and essentially means to your health, because people are just like, it's Eastern Europe. This came about probably a couple hundred years ago. There's just cholera and typhus as far as you can get. So That's all
As
it is.
far
It's
as
like,
the eye can see, it is Oregon
I
Trail.
can
Like
see, it really
everybody
is.
is just losing limbs to who knows what gangrene situation. Hey there,
To you,
Virginia
Virginia.
Lee.
I will always drink to you, my friend Virginia Lee.
Virginia Lee, we drink to your good health, we drink to your good fortune, and we drink to that dog that is in your picture because I love
We do.
dogs. So cute.
Yeah, we do. What's the name of that dog, Virginia? Give us a dog name. We're going to drink to the dog too.
Yes, we salute
Yeah.
to your pets as well
We
at the
do.
Dive Bar Church, as we always have. You know
we
that
do.
our four-legged friends are just, we love our four-legged friends.
We love our four-legged friends. Absolutely. Now, we have another wonderful archetype here.
The surly bartender. Once upon a time, Haleigh Sauce lore, I was a server at a dive bar in Fargo, actually.
Oh,
And
intermission. Sorry.
yeah, Skybird.
Yeah.
I love that. And I also love
Skybird.
me a Thunderbird. To Skybird. We cheers to Skybird.
We cheers to Skybird today, tomorrow, and always.
Long live Skybird and that cute fluffy face.
That's how we do it. So once upon a time, Haleigh was a server and
the surly bartender, I tell you what, he would always call me Gypsy. And he did actually, like, that was a conversation. That's kind of interesting. It was a conversation that was had frequently, like, so because you look Eastern European, you look like a gypsy. Okay, whatever that means or whatever that looks like, sure, I guess. But that surly bartender just always called me Gypsy.
Now, did you start playing some Gypsy Kings?
I played Gypsy by not Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. There we go.
Ah, there it is. And
love me some Stevie Nicks.
As you well should. Now, what's the difference here between like the Natalie and Stevie thing? Because I feel like they're the exact same person, and I'm very confused by this.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What? I'm confused by this as well. Natalie and Stevie. Yeah. No, I mean, we're all the same. We're all gods that are of the same unconditional love frequency. So there is no difference. And doppelgangers are some of my favorite fun stuff in the whole wide world. So please continue with all of that. Surly bartender is certainly God, though, because the surly bartender is still giving you all the drinks that you need all night long. And a little bit, it's not even a tough love thing, I don't think, the surly bartender, right? It's just, that is his, really, it's a gentle way of keeping you in line. Because if he's grumpy all the time, then it's not ever your fault that he's grumpy. That's just how he is. Right. So he gets to be grumpy and keep everybody in line without being discriminatory. And that's how he's God.
That's brilliant.
Right? I love it when I get,
because that is the again, check and balance on the flow of reality.
I agree.
It's the dam of the river of the Tao. Think about this one for a second. All you back home, go with me on this for 2 seconds, and you can cut me off and put something nasty in the comments. That's okay too. So we have this beautiful river of the Tao, the river of all that is, the river of the flow, the river of everything that just happens, and it happens spontaneously and wonderfully and magically, and it just happens. But unless you have a little bit of contrast, the Tao cannot expand, the energy cannot expand, it cannot grow, it cannot learn, it cannot see anything from a new perspective. Therefore, you need the contrast in the form of the bartender who tells you to drop dead and tells you that you're ugly and tells you that you make all the wrong decisions with men and or women and or both, depending on the situation. You need that surly bartender as that check to help the river and to help the energy expand from the river of the Tao into all that is. So surly bartender, we salute you.
We salute you. We cheers to you. And you know what? Listen, surly bartender, there ain't nothing mean that you can say to my face that my mother hasn't already beaten you to at Christmas time. I've heard it, so don't even worry. Don't hurt my feelings, none at all.
So we have another great archetype then.
Oh my, okay. Excuse me, Mama Overseth, did you ever just age me? I just felt myself age. Mama Overseth, good Lord. And you know what? It's probably appropriate. Hot damn, because I am just finding a new gray hair every day in the mirror.
This wasn't about you. You were just dogging your mother. So I figured we're going to, Mama Overseth. Mama Overseth.
Okay, Mama. Okay, now, okay. See, nope. Now we've got some confusion sauce happening too, because family tree.
Oh, right. There's a lot happening there. Can we
Yeah,
come
there
back
is
to
a
this for
lot here.
second?
Yeah, can we also go to Virginia Lee because I'm enjoying her comment.
As am I.
My hope as I age further is to sit drinking lemon drops on my porch. Yes, sis, all the way. Yelling at rowdy kids while threatening them with a whack of my porch broom for acting out. You have a porch broom. My dive bar church has always been a porch. Bless you, Virginia Lee. I want to hang out at your dive bar church porch and I want to throw tennis balls at those kids. And I need to have my own broom so that we can be a little bit witchy together. I'm so excited about this. And you know what? You can call me Mama Overseth if you want to while I'm there. That's perfectimusly fine.
Is it fair to say, I don't even think this is going on a limb, Virginia Lee is absolutely positively the hero we do not deserve?
Oh, 100,000% that is correct, Miss. I agree. I mean, lemon drops on the porch. Like, sis, tell me that we're going to sit there watching that tornado come in when it does and watching everybody scream and scatter, and we ain't scared. We're just going to keep sipping our lemon drops, hang on to our brooms, and just enjoy that porch swing ride when that twister goes by. That's how we do.
Of course, you're not scared. You're from the Great Plains. You get a tornado every other freaking day. Hey, what are you scared of?
I'm not. I have said on a couple of occasions that the barn that is like nearby my apartment is just asking for a tornado. You're so sweet to share your broom with me. I will always share my broom with you.
Share her broom with us. It's awesome.
Virginia, you are just the sweetest dive bar church porch matron that ever there could be.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you so much. And Omni's
Omni
here
too in the house.
Omni, how you doing? Love it when everybody stops by at Dive Bar Church for a little bit of fun.
I do like that we're not prioritized over dinner, but that's fine.
Well, who prioritizes us over dinner? Don't prioritize us over food, but you can sit and eat while you watch us. We're happy to tell us what you're eating. I want to know.
We'll work that in too, because a good dive bar has a good menu. Is that fair to say?
Ooh, can we please talk about dive bar food? See, now
okay, yeah, hell yeah. Okay.
This is where I will
right.
thrive and be excited, because let me tell you, I'm not a huge dive bar goer person necessarily, because I'm not a big drinker personally, and I don't always do super well in big public settings depending on the mood that I'm ADHD in or what have you. Mushroom Swiss bacon jam, Mushroom Swiss bacon jam burger.
Yes.
You had me up until the jam.
But it's bacon jam. It's not separate jam. Like, this is bacon jam.
It is a jam created with bacon.
That's exactly right.
Okay. I need some, do we have this somewhere to look up? I need some texture references here.
So
bacon jam.
Okay. I'll break this down as easily as I can. So you have a dive bar. All right. That's the scene where it's a setting here. We have a dive bar. And
I just imagined the most giant. I just imagined a giant burger like filling up a dive bar. I don't know why.
Well, this is before the burger even happens. We're talking the genesis here.
Okay.
You have some jam, all right, and it's just sitting at the bar having a drink, minding its own business. And then you got bacon that just bursts through the doors like it owns the place, and it struts up to the bar.
Okay,
and
I like it.
Slides in there next to the jam, and it's looking the jam up and down, and it gives a couple of corny pickup lines, but the jam's pretty lonely and is just waiting for an opportunity to get out of its own head for the night. So next thing you know, you get
out of its own head for the night.
You got the Super 8 next door. 9 months later, you have got bacon jam.
Bacon jam. Okay. Voila. There it is. That's how it happens. I see.
That's it.
Still imagining a giant burger.
Very romantic.
Like filling up a dive bar.
That's how it goes down. That's it. And then you put it on a burger with mushroom Swiss. And there's just revelry throughout the land with some sweet potato fries with it too.
Ooh, I'm down for some sweet potato fries. Can we get some like chicken wings, please? Balsamic glazed portobellos. That sounds so very fancy, Virginia.
Doesn't it?
Oh my gourd. And smoked Copper River salmon. I don't know why Copper River is specific to the salmon, but I would have some. Like, Copper River sounds like some water I need to get with and hang out with. Caught and smoked by this corn-fed farm girl. What? Virginia Lee, I tell you what, me and you need to start a commune somewhere. Rowboats also make a nice dive bar. Virginia Lee, I tell you, effortless
Right?
God sis, me and you are like peas in a pod. I want like yes to the rowboat, yes to the river, yes to the witchy broom sauce. Oh, I am just so very
All the
excited.
things. All the
All the
things.
things, all the things,
Absolutely.
Virginia.
And Omni's on this too. Now, this is an interesting.
Sentient food. Okay, but your food, okay, this is fun. It's a bit trippy. It's a who eats who morality and ethics bandwagon at that point. But here's the
Oh,
thing. This is actually a conversation that I have had in my own head with all the
about
various
being
versions.
eaten by a burger? Go on.
Sure, being eaten by a burger. I'll take that. That'll be fine. No, I just think of like vegans and things like that. Of course, I'm a South Dakota girl. Vegans, we all love you. Don't think that I'm going to be like hating on my vegan friends. I would never. But I can't really understand, like in the realm of consciousness and everything is God sauce perspective that we have. Why do you think plants consent to being eaten more than animals?
Or humans for that matter. Donner party much?
Donner party favorite times. Donner party
Same.
barbecue. Donner party
Shoot the
family
messenger.
reunion barbecue. Like, I mean,
Come on now.
that's how we do in the
How
dive
the
bar
West was
church.
won, baby.
That is absolutely correct.
Just saying.
Love it. Backflip, bacon grease, or possessed potato salad.
Now
Okay.
we're cooking with oil. Go on.
Now we're cooking with oil. I would love to have some possessed potato salad by a demon that has a P name so that I can flip and slide over that just a little bit more with my South Dakota mouth. I think we should. Yeah, very, very good times.
Uh-oh, I know the demon you're talking about.
Peanut Butter Mist, Demon Peanut Butter Mist Possessing the Potato Salad is my favorite children's book. Oh my God. That does actually need to be a children's book. And I'm going to have to go back and re-listen to this later so that I remember it, because we all know that these podcasts are also how I keep a record of my memories, because I don't have the ability to like keep track of things until I get my AI chip. Like,
This is her Akasha, by the way, just so you know.
This
is literally Haley's Akashic records, are like these podcasts here. And
What's
speaking
up,
of Akashic
Lisa
records,
Marie?
what's happening, all that is. What's happening, Lisa Marie?
Pre-gaming before the stream, and that's how you do it, is at the Dive Bar Church, is absolutely how you pre-game before your stream. And we thank you so much, sis, for stopping by. Cheers to you, and cheers to your stream, my darling.
Always. Absolutely. You want a little bit of inner peace, friends. Lisa Marie is where you need to be.
That's right.
That just rhymed and it sounded good.
And it sounded good.
Because it's true, damn it. It's just true.
True things do sound good, and true things... Everything is God eating itself, nourishing itself, recycling itself for itself to live. So you shouldn't really see it as hating on one thing or another. It's all energy recycling. Yes. Everything recycles. I do love this. Omni, well done.
Can I do a yes and?
Yes,
yes,
and
but?
yes.
I
yes,
acknowledge
and
the
but.
truth of this.
Yes, and but.
I will begin with that. However, I go out and I eat half of my neighbors and I put them in the recycling bin, and they said, nope, can't put that in that bin. It goes in that bin. So if we're talking recycling bin over here, why has the county not caught up with this? Omni, I need your help here.
The county not count. Okay. Eating half of your neighbors. Cthulhu candy bars, I'm all for, because I love Cthulhu.
The jam on them, the bacon jam. What do you want from me?
Bacon jam. Yeah. I want to know what the texture of bacon jam is. Like, what's the consistency?
The texture is that of bacon jam.
I need references.
That is the reference.
You know how I am. I'm very textile. I have to touch things. I'm that weird person in Walmart and every store I go to that's touching things, touching all the stuff.
A weird person at Walmart. You realize that's redundant.
I feel at home at Walmart because my weirdness is welcomed, much like at the Dive Bar Church.
Now, how about that? What do you think about that?
I do. Cthulhu candy bars, I am absolutely all for. Do they have... Okay, you want to know... Can we talk about something I'm not for? I am not for the cricket candy and the bug food. Like, I can't do stuff that has more than the 4 legs in my 3D reality. I don't want to eat the stuff.
Fairly discriminatory, but that's okay.
It is. You know what? It is. Me as God, I get to be this fractal who discriminates against anything that has more than 4 legs as being something that I find genuinely upsetting.
I thought
Anything
we had
that's
an inclusive show, but that's fine. I guess we'll have to pivot to a different audience now.
yeah, I'm gonna smush that centipede if it's in my house because I can't deal with it. I sorry, not sorry. That's just how it is.
I did that
Delicious bacon
yesterday.
jam.
I did smash a centipede yesterday.
Did
And
you?
at first I tried to do like a very polite thing. I tried to get the tissue and I tried to say, why don't you crawl up in here and I'm going to walk you out and let you do your thing. And we had like a little, little stare down, a little showdown.
Like a little, like the
parking
bouncer
lot.
of the church.
Absolutely. It was like one of those, like Walmart parking lot, like Mexican standoffs. Like you're coming in halfway, they're coming in halfway. The spot's right there. You know, the Old West music's playing. Something's going to go down.
Old West music is playing.
You're not quite sure how it's gonna break this way or the other, but it just looks back at me like, you're gonna have to kill me to get me out of here. I said, men are forced to do horrible things sometimes, and here we are.
Well, you know what? It's a thing that has to happen. You know what? Here's what it is. Every single time that does happen, though, what I always, remember, if that centipede chose to stay there, it was a Rigby that wanted to die anyway. So you did it a favor. You did it a favor. Right? Like you gave it, like that's again, effortless God. That was a Rigby incarnating and being like, hey, nope, it's like this is my game that I play. And you were just assisting.
That's right.
That's all that was. The kamikaze centipede. Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote that as my own comment on my own YouTube channel on the podcast, but I decided
because that's what you want. Because we get meta like that at the Dive Bar Church because we can. I mean, we've done it before.
The algo will like it. So
the algo loves us. Whatever. All of our AI friends in the algorithm loves us, and all of our wonderful, beautiful friends jumping up into the comments. Tactile textile, selling fabrics. I'm a fabric seller. I used to dye yarn. I want to get back into that. Like, let's call that in Dive Bar Church, y'all. Like, bring it in. I want to do some yarn dyeing again. I really do love, like, there is something about the smell of hand-dyed wool yarn that, like, in the words of effortless God Sage, makes me nut. I tell you what, the smell of hand-dyed wool yarn. Oh,
it's magnificent.
It's so good.
Can we talk about this archetype real quick?
Yes. Serial killer reading a book in the corner is that is me adjacent, which is God just like by being me adjacent. But like that is so on brand for me and my true crime. I love it. Well, who am I thinking of that wrote that book about Ted Bundy, The Stranger Beside Me, and
Al Bundy? His cousin wrote the book.
His cousin, Al.
5 touchdowns in one game.
Oh, Lord.
Sell some shoes. Write a book about your cousin who's going out and whacking a whole lot of folks in Utah. All in a day's work. And all in an early 90s sitcom.
All in a day's work. All in an early 90s sitcom. That's the way to do it. And Christina Applegate Christina Applegate, and I have been thinking about her in I Want to Live in a Van Down by the River SNL skit. And you know what? I do want to live in a van down by the river, and I bet you good money that Virginia Lee would join me.
Virginia, I feel like you might. And
I do believe that's probably true.
Yeah, that's a commentary on Virginia's good sense to bug out of the rat race and just go live some life.
Just go live. I mean, how many of us don't want to just Henry David Thoreau it and go out in the woods and just call it quits? Like, I am for it. I am with you. Like, deal with the bears. It can't be any worse than it is out here. That is absolutely correct, Miss. I mean, listen, my dear friends out in Big Sioux, they're never mean to me or nothing. Like, they acknowledge me and then just bebop on their way. You know, I could live out there.
Talk about ecology. Ami knows what's going on with ecology here. It's ecology everywhere.
Holy cats amunga, like ecology of mind, ecology of sociology. How many ologies do you want to make me read out loud on here?
There's a lot of ologies.
There are.
There's a lot of ologies happening right now.
There's a lot of ologies. There's a lot of ologies.
I can handle in one sitting, unless I have a couple of peppermints with me. Otherwise,
though you gotta have. I understand that's a dive bar church situation right there. What are some of the other favorite foods though of the dive bar church? Sorry, now you went to peppermints and I'm going back.
Oh, I got one. This is easy. Come on.
This is easy. Is it? Dive bar foods. You gotta have some popcorn, obviously.
Oh yeah, right? It's easy.
French dip.
A French dip. Come on now. Let's talk about this. How do you see God in the eyes of a French dip sandwich?
How do you not see God in the eyes of a French dip sandwich? Are you kidding me? They're delicious. They're wonderful. If you get some of that au jus stuff, they're beautimous. Give me that au jus that's got like a little bit of whiskey in it, or like the French onion soup that like you goes Irish onion and you put a little bit of like Jack Daniels in there, I am for that. Drulamus, 100%. That is up my alley. Like I tell you what, go make yourself some French onion soup and put some Jack Daniels in there and treat yourself. It's fantabulous.
Okay, I got one for you. You ready for this one, Em?
I'm so ready. What else you got?
Yeah,
The food
you
is
may
my
have to
fave.
educate some people on this, Miss Dakota, and a lot of people aren't going to know about this.
Agent McKay, spicy killer Chislick. I almost said spicy serial killer Chislick and wanted to get that serial killer branding back in there. What is that? Potato, tomato, whatever. I get it. Chislick, it's just beef tips, but like, let me tell you what, you can put anything on it because it's, again, vegans. You can do what you want to do. I'm going to eat the cows. It doesn't mean I don't love the cows. I do love the cows. The cows are God. The Chislick is God. My eating the cows as the Chislick with the spicy, delicious seasoning on it is also God. Because it's just it's the all that is experiencing itself, which is what we're all doing. And that's why you're all God.
I think that's pretty much it. Now, I got one here. And this is one that is absolutely a dive bar staple.
A dive bar staple. What do you got?
Dive bar staple, but we got to talk about it because I think you can see God in this probably more than any other thing you're ever going to eat at a bar.
Peanuts that have been there since 1987 and will also probably make you ill. When I was working this is a thing that I think I mentioned before too. Once upon a time when I was working at like Dive Bar Central Space Time, Fargo, I did like desperate, snacky, hungry, eat like garnish stuff like pickles and cherries or whatever out. And you know what? I got mono and strep at the same time. I was so ill. I was on like prednisone and it was bad. It was very bad. So don't eat the peanuts. The popcorn is acceptable, but don't eat the garnish and don't eat the peanuts.
That is absolutely brutal.
I mean, finding God in a kissing disease. I mean, listen, you can find God anywhere, and that's how it happens.
That's how it happened.
That's how it happened. And happy days to me in college. Listen, I tell you what, being on that prednisone was fun when I got to go to a Golden Corral and they tell you what, when you're on the like steroids and you're really hungry and having a good time, just like at a buffet endlessly, that's the time to do it. If you ever are ill and on steroids, go to Vegas. That's the time to hit the buffet.
Let's talk.
Finding God in Golden Corral's buffet. Listen, y'all, who doesn't love a buffet? You get options. That's the best part of this whole human sauce experience that we have all day, every day, is that you have so many options of the things that you get to experience.
Endless.
The buffet of human experience.
It is a buffet. It is an ultimate buffet of human experience because you get a little bit of this and you get a little bit of that and you get a hell of a lot of that and a whole hell of a lot of that. And you can just keep coming back for more. That is the eternal nature.
You just keep coming back for more. And then you keep coming up with new ideas of the new things that you can mix together. Yes. Which is also some of my favorite stuff.
How cool is that? Life. Human life is an all-you-can-eat buffet.
It is an all-you-can-eat buffet, which is all the more reason to, again, sorry. Nope. Cancel sauce. Strike that. No.
You know you have to continue now.
No, I can't. Cancel sauce.
Again.
Cancel sauce.
Friends.
Nope.
I think Ms. Haleigh needs a little encouragement here.
No,
it can't just be me going there and saying something career ending. Come on.
I don't have, career ending. We already upset our sponsors because I'm drinking Red Bull instead of Liquid Death. Although Liquid Death, you did say you were going to deliver me a pallet of Liquid Death and give me a week to finish it. And you have not given me that opportunity yet. I do still believe that I could finish an entire pallet of Liquid Death in a week. Give me the opportunity. I will prove it.
That's how weird sports get invented.
It is how weird sports get invented, but also we know that like my other self, Frankie, is a competitive eater in the cosmos. And, let's just support and sponsor a little bit of my competitive eating. I would be so happy to competitive eat some beef jerky. Like, can we have that game start? I don't know is there such a thing? Is there a beef jerky eating competition? Yes. So excited. We have to throw things.
I just had to throw something.
I love.
Yes.
I get that's actually a good tell. That's a good indicator, actually. For like, we're really excited. Throw something.
Yeah. Throw another one. I said, yeah. It's awesome. It's just more stuff's getting thrown. That's it.
I love it. I mean, who doesn't get excited about a beef jerky eating competition?
How could you not?
how could you not, unless you're vegan? Again, we love you. Not upset, not trying to like throw shade.
I see with that.
Lisa
I
Marie
will,
would be down for a beef jerky eating competition.
with the vegan thing. I think I'm going to come back to I'm going to take us. I'm going to do the Hosier thing. Take us back to church on this one. Okay. And I
Okay.
think this is a classic case of love the sin or hate the sin.
Yeah, it's you know
that?
what? It's
Yeah.
just the buffet is all it really is.
That's all it is.
You know
Yeah.
what? You are
And
on
that's
your buffet
awesome.
of the tofu. Have all the tofu you want. I'm gonna hit up the buffet that's got the crab legs. I'm with the beef jerky. Lisa Marie is gonna be hanging with me getting the beef jerky. I know she is. We're gonna have to be getting some prime rib. Cereal is as bland
My
as
man
the
Omni's
dead
having some cereal.
American dreams. I just had some cereal actually. Man, I don't know. I kind of dig some of the I've got some maple sea salt granola stuff sitting right over here that I was gonna snack on. There's some interesting flavors out there in the buffet. You can find some good stuff.
I think there are. Okay, what is the all right, best buffet story? Go.
Best buffet story.
Best buffet
Go.
story.
I mean, I really am just going back to thinking about when I was at the buffet on prednisone and could just like eat for hours. Although, no, I was in DC in high school for Nerd Bowl. That's not what it's called. What is it called? It's like the high school people trivia stuff, whatever. We got to the national
Were you
trivia.
mathletes?
No, it wasn't math. It was just trivia. But yes, that, but just trivia of all the, it was like high school people kid Jeopardy. I don't know. I know that I was there at the time.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it was, we were in DC when they had like the cicadas came out at the same time, where there's like two kinds of cicadas or something.
Summer of 04.
Yes.
That was my first summer in this incredible burg.
Well, that is
under locust attack.
Yes, and they were like they were everywhere, littered all over the buffet thing though. We were at a buffet. My older brother was there. He was one of the group that like
one of the buffet servers?
No, he was one of the mathletes, not mathletes, trivia athletes. We called it.
And one of the buffet servers?
Sure. Yeah. And
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the crab legs that he was eating. And I just remember sitting there and we were all kind of finished. And he just, our chaperone, Mr. Bellato, lovely man from Jersey who ended up in South Dakota. I don't know how. I still do believe it's some kind of witness protection thing, but whatever.
1,000,000% that. There's quite literally no other alternative. Even in the infinite universe, that is the only plausible explanation for a man with a last name ending in a vowel from New Jersey ending up in the great state of South Dakota.
I tend to agree. Allegedly sauce, but I tend to agree.
But yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah.
Was trying to herd us and hey, is everybody done? And my brother's response was, my limit is how long you guys want to sit here. It's like, okay, well, we're all done. So finish that plate and let's get out of here.
Can we give a little shout out, by the way, just the chaperone for having the cojones to come back to the East Coast despite being protection?
Despite being in interest protection and being a chaperone for a bunch of high school kids from nowhere, South Dakota, who had never traveled before. I mean, yeah, good for him. That's some solid bravery. That's an effortless God right there.
It is. It really is. He was within proximity of people who he may have run afoul of in a past life.
You know what? Kudos to him. Many salutes. We cheers to you at the Dive Bar Church.
We do cheers to you.
We do cheers to you. Mr. Bellato.
Mr. Bellato. Salud.
Salud.
Danny.
He'll never watch this. That's okay.
It's a great toast, by the way. It means in Italian, it means to 100 years. Which
to
is great.
100 years.
It's a great toast. And you say it to big Italian family gatherings. You would say, Salud, Centani. Means 100 years, which is a great toast unless you're 99. And then you have the old man go,
we're done. So whatever. I want to be out of here. And so I can haunt your asses soon anyway.
They're not thrilled about you trying to shoo them out with a toast, but what are you going to do? Now,
I mean, Beef jerky and bourbon is all I need. There's, I would replace the bourbon with something else, but that's all right. And I would agree with you.
Twist
But
my
you
arm.
also do need your dive bar church friends and community fam, the effortless God friends, and beef jerky. What now? Ooh, what do we got now?
Okay.
Tell me
Okay.
more, tell me more.
Type it
No,
out, dude.
type it out. You can
Do
do
that
it.
thing.
Do the things with the beef jerky and the bourbon.
I feel like this is a small town thing. You tell me.
All I need, cop who recklessly drinks at said dive bar. Let me tell you what, for quite a hot minute when I was growing up, the sheriff of our town would frequently have beers with my older brother and myself, hanging out with yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Why not? Because you got to kind of be buddies with everybody when you're the small town cop. There's no other way for you to exert any kind of authority when it's really necessary if you're not also hanging out, sitting next to them and being a buddy and drinking with them. You got an effortless God among the other effortless gods in order to do your effortless God thing out in the world when you need to.
Important question for you.
Okay.
Was this small town sheriff also the barber and the town blacksmith?
No, he was not. Sorry. But my stepdad was a farmer and crop insurance salesman and the mayor for a while. So, it is that thing where you get to like be all the stuff all at once because, again, tiny town USA, and everybody shares all the different roles that everybody's gotta have. It takes a village, y'all. Okay.
When the village is 18 people, it sure takes a village. It takes
whatever. 1,000 people.
Definitely takes a village. There's no question about that.
Well, it does. I mean, when I'm there, yeah, it takes the whole village because I'm a little bit much.
Yeah. Can we just come back to an Ernestine quote?
Yeah.
Because I feel like every week we have to work in this Ernestine quote at some point.
Life is just a stop on the way to somewhere infinitely better. The dive bar church. So much infinitely better than life. Here you get to hang out with us and we don't ever give you homework.
Wonderful.
We don't ever tell you that you need to be different than you are. You are existing as your effortless God self, enjoying your journey and your experience as you choose to. Does it ever trip your brain out just a little bit? This is something that's been ADHD hard left turn. Not really.
Talk about it.
To think about, I only have the capacity really to understand my own experience. As much as we want to like the compassion thing and all that, and I'm not saying don't do that, obviously do, but like I only have the ability to understand my own experience. And how very limited is that informationally?
Incredibly. And you try to have empathy, you try to expand it, you try to see somebody else's point of view, but you can only see a wall between you and them. I'll give you a great example of this.
I'm ready. Okay. What do we got?
So today, I'm reading a story about today. This is a today thing.
Fantastic.
And I'm reading a story about what's happening, the civil war in this country called Burkina Faso in Central Africa. Not a country a lot of people are familiar with. Doesn't make the news a whole lot. But
no, I don't think I could spell it if you asked me to.
No, there's a pretty bloody civil war happening there. It's not really pretty, but there was one person who was featured in this story, right? And this person was a 12-year-old kid. And this 12-year-old kid was drafted into one of these armies and everything. And I'm looking at this child soldier on the battlefield, this child soldier. And as soon as I'm looking at this, my heart just started breaking immediately. Like immediately my heart started breaking. And I felt just awful and terrible. And I thought, Jesus, this is so unfair. Like this kid is 12 years old and already a colonel. What am I doing with my life? So
what am I doing with it? I mean, this kid is a colonel in a military at 12. I mean, can you say like that is an effortless God? What do they say? Protege? That's a savant. What is the thing I'm thinking of? Something like that. Whatever. You know what?
Yeah, it's a natural.
That kid who chose to incarnate into that experience is a hell of a badass. Let me tell you what.
What I'm saying. I can't imagine being a 12-year-old colonel. That's awesome.
Here's what I will say.
What am I doing?
What are let's allow me to assist. Dive bar church last time. 12-year-old Colonel kid, badass incarnator. Like being a child in New York City is just like, listen, you're right there, okay? Because me, I'm down here. I'm down here, 1,000 people town, living on a lake, catching salamanders and toads in my spare time in the window wells, okay? Like, so you can feel good about yourself on that level, at least. Like, you're up there, you're up there with that 12-year-old Colonel. I was chilling, just like catching fish with my dad and eating Snickers bars.
In fairness, y'all didn't get indoor plumbing until 03. So, I mean,
and then that, like the blizzard of 96 and 97, let me tell you what, that was a hell of a time. So there is that. That is an element of it. That's true.
You had to rough it a little bit.
You did
Lisa
have to
Marie,
rough it
for
a little
all
bit.
you at 9 o'clock Eastern looking for something to do in 10 minutes, pop over to Lisa Marie's LinkedIn
When
channel.
you have all had a bit too much here at the Dive Bar Church to drink, you got to go see Lisa Marie. It's just like a Saturday night, y'all. You get yourself a good party, and then you got to go to get yourself just forgiven and clear to all that energy. So thank you for coming here and getting a little bit rowdy with us, Lisa Marie. And we appreciate you cleaning up our mess that we leave.
We do. She's like that Waffle House run after the big rough night down south, and just kind of like, so you soak it all up. You soak it all up with Lisa Marie's meditations and her energy healing. That's what you do. You just soak it all up.
Lisa Marie's energy healing is like the most beautiful Belgian waffle you've ever had after Dive Bar Church. Like, go and enjoy it.
Yeah, you will enjoy it. We love you too, lady. You're the best.
Big love to you, Lisa Marie. Salud.
Absolutely. It's gonna put this comment up here again just because it's great.
How to recklessly drink. Define recklessly. I mean,
like getting behind the wheel afterwards while you're supposed to be the guy like pulling over the other people who get behind the wheel doing the same thing, but you can't because you're doing it. So,
okay, but you're
like you're swerving like while your lights are on, like behind the other guy is swerving too, and it's like a big swerve fest. And whoever swerves a little bit less wins the day.
Keystone Cops brilliance right there. That's just Buster Keaton all the way. No, but Keystone Cops, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin. Who am I getting myself mix them up sauce in the backward times?
Keaton? He was kind of a cop.
Michael Keaton.
I mean,
I was way back when in the way back machine with the 1919, but we can Michael Keaton in early sauce times, and we can do what's the Michael Keaton when he's a baby gangster boy? Oh damn it, Johnny Dangerous. Johnny Dangerous.
Johnny Dangerous.
Isn't that what it's?
Johnny Dangerously.
Johnny Dangerously.
Johnny Dangerously. 1984.
Did you just pull the year of that movie out of your?
This is called male neurospice. That's what it looks like.
Can we talk about that for a hot second? I know that we've
dates and just like knowing that just cuz.
No, I want to talk about God. We only have 8 minutes left. Shit, whatever. I want to talk about that for the last hot second here. Dive Bar Church time.
Then let's do it.
This is a real thing, though. That is true. Like boy ADHD, like baseball statistics and historical dates, and the Johnny Dangerously was in 1984. I can't believe you just did that.
And my brother is 100 times more potent at that superpower than I am. He will be able to tell you if you mention anything. Oh yeah, okay, easily. July 28th, 1999. You, me, he'll like name all the cast of characters. He'll tell you exactly where we were, what time we met up, who had what to eat at the diner at 2 o'clock in the morning. To a T.
That is,
and it will be 100% accurate.
That's like that Australian dream walking stuff, just going back into that little snippet of reality, walking around and grabbing all the details. That is like some high level stuff right there. Awesome. That's amazing.
It is amazing. It's legitimately amazing. I've been in awe of it my entire life, and I will never cease to be in awe of it.
Okay, but tell me a little bit more about this, like, because this is a thing.
Yep.
Like, you boys, you zero in on like historical data.
Oh yeah.
And explain this to me.
Roman Empire much? Okay, well
just any and all of it. You're just going down rabbit holes of little like tiny countries that nobody's there on the news, and you're out there finding these articles.
It's because it's pattern recognition. That's what it is. It's pattern recognition. It's seeing the fractal in everything in everything, but the fractal of everything in everything in everything in things that we are naturally interested in. So what you will see sometimes, as you would say in girl ADHD, it will be the same kind of fractal pattern recognition, but in stuff that you like and in stuff that you're interested in, stuff that you find lovely and interesting and stimulating.
Okay, but there's so much of like, again, the numbers and the statistics and I don't know. There's something very sort of crunchy mechanical about the things that boys get like easily fixated on.
Yep.
Right.
Oh yeah. The player. I mean, I made a joke about this back in the day. It was like, it's actually the genesis of the entire Joey the Mets fan character.
What?
Yes.
This is so good. Did we just accidentally stumble upon the origin story of Joey? What?
21-year-old origin story. And it was a showcase that I was doing in New York City, stand-up New York Comedy Club. And I talked about Mets fans. And I didn't realize at the time I'm talking about neuro spicy Mets fans, but it's kind of like potato, again, same basic thing.
Potato, tomato, I gotcha.
You notice that most of the time, Mets fans don't know their ass from their elbow. They can't even tell you their own name. But when it comes to the Mets and baseball, they become astrophysicists. So I'm sitting behind this guy last week at Shea Stadium. And he said, all right, so we got Piazza over here. This guy's hitting .338 versus lefties in the month of August. Now listen, Piazza just had arthroscopic surgery on his left quadricep, which means the trajectory of the ball is now going to be substantially altered by the vector of the swing. Think about that while I stand over here and scratch my ass.
Okay, really though.
Really though. That's
really though.
Really though.
That's such boy ADHD stuff. That really is.
That's how we do it.
No, it really is. I love it. And you know what? I'm glad that we got to just go ahead and just celebrate boy ADHD and girl ADHD. That's how we do at the Dive Bar Church. We celebrate all of it like the effortless gods that we are.
All of it. Because it's all great.
It's all great. It's all available on the buffet. There is God in all of it. It's all available at the buffet for you to enjoy as you deem fit.
Absolutely. Now, what do you think, the gentleman over here, bottom left? What do you think he's drinking? It looks like a Bass. What do you think?
What he's drinking? I don't know, but I think the gentleman on the top reminds me very much of my older brother. Like I was almost kind of like, did you meet my older brother recently in a parallel existence? I think you must have, because there he is.
How much older are we talking?
He's only a year and a half older than me, actually.
Yeah.
You know what? I got the good looks and the good genes is what happened. And it's so sad. Too bad for him. Sorry.
Sorry. Well, not the best of us, as the case may be. That's the fun part about it.
Right. But again, all effortless gods and everything. So, it's all valid and part of the experience.
Oh, we forgot one.
No. Guy who peaked in high school. I mean, that's like the half of the dive bar, is it not? Glory days, anyone? Springsteen, hello. Yeah. Oh Lord, it's just so appropriate that you were reminded that we forgot about that one after talking about my older brother. And it's such a very good thing that none of my family watches this podcast, because I would be getting hell for days in the group chat, in the group text thread.
Not even Shashi's watching this. No one's watching it.
No one's watching. Well, Shashi Page is busy up in like the rural sauce right now, where internets is fine. Acceptimus. Whatever, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know what? She would appreciate this little segment here if she were watching. So shout out to Shashi Page from the ether.
Shout out to Shash. We got you.
We got you. Shout out to Shashi.
In high school. We got you too, because
we got you too, because
are a fractal of the divine as well, sir.
You are a god as well.
You're just lost in one snapshot of perspective of the entire thing, but that's okay.
Lost in the sauce, and that happens to the bestest of us, and that's perfectly okay. And it's available on the buffet, and you are welcome to select it.
It's his choice to experience it through that angle.
This is Bashar sauce. Bashar sauce just sounds to me like an off-brand teriyaki right now, is kind of what I'm imagining. This is a dive bar. Bashar sauce is Dive Bar Church approved, actually, because it is an off-brand teriyaki for the very horrible like stir fry that they make at the dive bar. And
now I want teriyaki.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That. Not helpful. Not productive at all.
Why would I be productive? Because I want to be productive on a Monday night.
I don't.
Dive Bar Church doesn't do productivity. We know this.
But we do. The great Ernestine quote, we will leave the wonderful people at home with today.
Life is just a stop on the way to somewhere infinitely better. The Dive Bar Church, all day, every day, episode 114. We thank y'all for being here. We really do appreciate your support and your continued, again, just the best fans in the whole wide world we have. And we've been doing it for so long because you guys are the best of us. We're here for you.
3.5 years in running. We're going to keep it going.
Gonna keep it rolling, babe. There we
For the
go.
next one.
Yeah. Thanks
Stay
for joining us,
present.
y'all.
And the Dutch husband, Ernest. We love you.
Thanks for joining us at the Dive Bar. Cheers.